Look, look.
Scorpion is trash to me.
Look, his second album. What was his second album?
Take Care.
Take Care.
Take Care.
Second album, I'm on Power 92. Swoop was on Power 92 and I was engineering for him.
Yeah, I heard this story.
And this man gave me a bracelet. He was like, man, we finna go to this Drake listening party. I'm like, that. Oddly enough, it was a weird day because we actually went to River Oaks Mall to meet Trina at an album signing, I guess, or whatever, which is wild to be in River Oaks Mall.
That's a fact.
With Trina.
That's a fact.
But he was there, promoting Power 92, and we went back through the back, and she gave us some albums and had him make sure he was trying to push it on the radio or whatever. But then we went to this listening party, and I had a VIP pass up with the DJs or whatever, and I seen Swoop behind the stage with Drake, and I was like, oh, I didn't know the bracelet got us. Behind the stage.
Shout out to Swoop, too.
Yeah.
DJ Swoop.
Big shout out to Swoop.
Vance Pruitt.
He gets so mad when I call him
Big shout out to Swoop.
What's up, Swoop Vance Pruitt?
Damn, you give him the whole rundown.
I know who you are.
Damn, that's tough. Swoop Vance.
Long time.
Swoop Vance.
He could have roasted my
I've been
Facebook
rocking with
like 2
Swoop
weeks.
since my mom.
Bible verses on
My mom used to buy candy from Swoop. You know what I mean? Like when he was selling candy out of the backpack and lyrics.
Had the candy store, not his mama, not his granny, or nothing. He would go to the store, bro, and buy candy back when you can get like 2 for $1. Some bad boys for like $1. You know what I mean? My mom would buy him off of him or whatever, and yeah.
Shout out to my boy.
Yeah, big shout out to Swoop. Oh God.
He used to always D up like Spider-Man.
Swoop gave me one of my first out of town performances. If you see this, it's too late.
Gotta get this money, bitch. Gotta get this money, bitch. Gotta get this money, bitch. Don't be acting funny, bitch. Don't be acting.
What type of phone?
B-Sho.
What type of phone? Okay. You are losing, bro.
Where am I losing at?
We finna get there.
How am I losing?
Let's start this
Finna get
motherfucker,
there.
man.
You already know they gonna let you.
Let's start this motherfucker.
It's time.
It's time. It's time.
Welcome to the All In Show. Yeah. I am your host, Hollywood Hardwood. Yeah. With me, I got the livest, the dopest, the feds.
The feds?
Ask them why you the feds.
Why you the feds, bro? You doing alphabet numbers? You doing alphabet numbers?
You don't want to be the feds. You don't work for the federal government?
Oh, what? Big facts. Talk that shit. Yeah.
I wish I had.
Hey.
Turn on my goddamn shit.
Hey, delete this line.
Yeah, we gonna cut that part. Don't even trip.
You take it over. Go ahead. Broke dust.
Transparency.
Nigga said
You
Drake.
ain't not never once in your life.
Transparency.
Nigga said Drake
How y'all
fans
feeling?
play lacrosse.
Bless, bro. It ain't about us today.
No,
It's a
it
double
ain't
up.
about us today.
I feel with my fingers.
We got a motherfucking double dip legend.
For
One
sure.
returning legend. A legend we had
Man.
to keep sweat beg to come on the fucking show.
But say he want to come every time.
He on here now.
For sure. Can't
We
wrong.
don't introduce the legends, man.
So, if y'all could give us your name, your zodiac. We know y'all hometowns.
White privilege.
You
You go first.
your name, your zodiac.
Made him uncomfortable. Made him uncomfortable.
We gonna make it easy today because we got a lot to go through. So your name, your zodiac, and if you got an iPhone or Android.
Whoa.
You losing.
This is a lot of information.
Oh, that's what you was.
You are losing, bro.
Who are you?
Who, me?
I know. But
Yeah, what's your name?
Who are you?
They
What's
know.
your name, man? What's your name?
My name is
Don't talk soft now.
Brian Eugene Chauvin. No, they call me B-Sho. It's Brian Chauvin.
Who?
Brian Chauvin.
B-Sho.
B-Show.
Is
Brian
that
Chauvin.
your B?
You can't beat show better than
B dash $ H to the Izzo.
There you go.
That's if I was on stage, but I don't.
Where you from, my boy?
Kankakee, Illinois. Cancer. So I will cry, but I'll cuss you out too.
For sure.
We know. That's my point. You got an iPhone or Android?
Now look, there's a little story behind this, right?
Why Scott?
It's just a little story.
Do you have an iPhone or Android?
I've had
I got a
Android. This is a 14. This is a 14.
I don't need it.
An Apple 14. See, that's how new I am. I'm about to call it the 14 Apple.
Yeah, 14 Apple.
That's why that's how new I am.
He want to be Android at heart, though.
I've been Android my whole life.
I love it.
And I just become Apple on the 14.
That's cool. It counts because he got an Apple.
That's the right time. It's perfect time.
Web behind
You don't even want to give me
that's
that
one.
Fuck that street.
Yeah, street over. Man.
Appreciate it, my boy. Yeah. Appreciate you coming.
Where you from?
For sure.
He said it's from the Keez.
Oh, you said it?
Kankakee.
Yeah.
Young people call it the Kank. We used to call it the Keez. Killer Keys, Key City, K-Trade, Death Valley, Ghost Town.
K3.
Listen. Probably with those fans. Facts.
Big Pembroke.
Big Pembroke.
Well, damn.
That's what they call you?
That's what they call me.
I thought you called Shaan Big
From
Pembroke.
now on, that's his name, Big Pembroke.
We also got a returning legend. I see the host is having a little issue today.
Oh no, I mean I thought we was in the tree and that's my bad.
Introduce yourself, brother, please, for the people.
Shaan Keez.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
815 representative. You feel me? Which means I'm from Kankakee. You heard me? And this thing right here old as hell, but it's definitely an iPhone. You heard me?
Yeah.
You are losing, bro.
I ain't got no questions today. Y'all got it.
Street.
Losing. Taurus mob. Big Taurus mob, by the way.
Taurus. Okay. Taurus
for
Council.
Yeah.
Alright.
What's up?
They cool.
Oh, yeah,
Appreciate y'all sliding, man.
I don't know too much from Kankakee, but I'm definitely from
Hickory
Hickory and Poplar, dude. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit.
Yeah.
Wall. Right on the wall.
Man,
Right
appreciate
on
you brothers being here. I know when you dropped your album, he was supposed to come, some things that came along. So it's really good.
Miss Tony said, "Hey, Shaan Keez, you know, Mama Wilson only know you was
indubitably hater.
Rapping in my basement with
Yeah, on my mama, when we dropped the when we dropped the Crew album, she was in love with the damn, what was the name? Quiet Storm joint.
Yeah,
one of my joints.
Shout out to Miss Tony, man.
Big shout out, hey there, how you doing now?
Boom,
for sure. Yeah, that's one of my favorite joints too. Yeah, for sure.
Excited to have you brothers here. We got a lot to go over, y'all. I want to say, y'all were quiet at first when I said what y'all want to talk about, then boom, there was a lot. I appreciate it.
Yeah. We did all type of work right before.
Yeah. So I appreciate it. I think it's time to let y'all shine and let the other side of music, not just y'all as artists and producers, but the other side of music. We're going to touch on some music. We're going to touch on some conspiracy. Geechee is the biggest conspiracy.
Geechee, what it do? Hey, that's one guy we definitely got
my line.
He got that from me.
Geechee gonna walk up on you and tell you something you don't need.
He got that from me.
9/11 happened because the aliens.
And then
walk off on your ass though.
Then give you a smile and walk off.
I must love to Geechee, man. He's my Shapiro OG. So
yeah.
He kept me in line off
Geechee cool.
Hey, Geechee,
shout out to my boy.
I think Geechee gave me my most complicated feature.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was rapping on some, and he gave me a whole different type of experience in the booth.
Okay.
I used to just come up in that motherfucker thinking I was that nigga, right, and just go through one time. But I realized that when you actually put some work into them tracks,
it goes to a whole nother level.
He could work that studio a whole nother way, and he one of them guys that showed me that.
Shout out to Geechee.
Geechee Show gave me my latest feature.
Did he?
Oh, for real?
He was the
you still doing features?
The reason why my shit was late as hell. But he killed it though, so I wasn't tripping. He killed it once he did. For sure. Damn, bro, where you go?
I heard that joint too. I think I heard it from.
I want y'all to know, B-Sho the biggest conspiracy theorist I know. When I tell y'all, as soon as you be like, the color is blue, B-Sho for the slide through like.
You know why it's not?
It's probably
you know why? You know why it's not?
Reflection of the sun off the moon. Because it's
kind
on
of
the Tuesday.
Off the moon because it's on the Tuesday.
Because it's on the Tuesday.
It's not. It's not though. It's not blue. Because really, when the light comes in,
what I tell you?
I'm listening.
When the light comes in, so this cup's red, right?
Right.
You see it as red, but what you seeing is all the colors that it doesn't absorb.
Yeah.
So it reflects red. Yeah. So it's everything. Yeah. Well, that's really a scientific fact. Yeah. So it's just reflecting whatever color it's not absorbing.
Your kindergarten teacher told you that's red.
Yeah, she
lied.
That's why.
Told you that's
red.
why
I become
his eyes and his mind.
But B-Sho telling you, hey, that's everything but red.
It's the rainbow, bro.
Red because it has everything in it.
It's LTGB, whatever the fuck.
D gonna lie to us.
Shout out to Miss D.
For sure.
So I know you dabble. Are you a conspiracy theorist? I don't think you are.
Yeah, you know.
Takes a lot of energy.
No, I think deep, but some shit just be common sense.
Yeah, but
I think
can I speak on that? Let me speak on that. I want to say two things.
Go ahead.
One, thinking deep, conspiracy theorists, two different things. Other thing is, you say, damn, what you just say?
Common sense.
Common sense, yeah. Common sense really ain't that common though.
But it is though. It is.
Your level of sense ain't the same level of sense as the next person. We do have a common sense though, but honestly, common sense. No, that's not a theory.
I think everybody got it. They just take it different, or it take them probably longer to get there.
You think everybody got it?
Perceptions create opinions, which are all subjective.
Everybody got it. Everybody.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I don't like that word because we know that was created to kind of like throw you off of the idea if this might be true or not.
Yeah,
and so what I just don't do is hold on to anything. You know what I mean? I really don't. I just take it out there. No, I just don't. I don't hold on to any of it. Like, is it? Do I believe in Three Little Pigs?
I don't hold on to anything.
Built a house and a wolf blew it down.
Of course, it was strong.
But there was a story to tell me, right? You know what I mean?
Bro.
And when I told it to my kids, I heard a different story. I learned a different lesson. So I just hold stuff, put pieces together, and what makes sense to me makes sense to me. You know what I mean? Like flat Earth. Do I believe in a flat Earth? I believe in it just as much as I believe in a round Earth because I ain't been able to physically lift my body off this plane and see what is real.
This is true.
You know what I mean? And they got documentation that says it was for many years, and then all of a sudden it changed.
No, that's how everything go though. Nothing really like
documentation that said that the Earth
and the Wikipedias it talked about it, and they took them out of the Wikipedias in like the 50s.
Yeah.
That the Earth was flat and that there's ice walls and layers and that outer space is just another land, literally extraterrestrial.
The same way the man just said, like,
territory.
Your color that you're looking at ain't the color you're looking at. It's like the same thing with facts. Mm-hmm. Everything changes. Like, really.
That's why I don't hold on to nothing.
What initially brought y'all to conspiracy theories? What drew y'all in?
Knowing that, me personally, I ain't gonna say knowing, even though I feel like it's knowing. But having a feeling that what I was taught and what I was raised up to believe, I just felt like that couldn't just be it. You know what I'm saying? Like the box that I was in, I just wanted out that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it made me start looking for different answers, asking different questions, and I started getting different answers from it.
I think my journey came like through religion. I started going to church when I was like 9 years old, like by myself. Like I had questions. My mom was like, I don't know. My mom was Catholic. My dad was Pentecostal. My dad was Pentecostal. I was baptized Baptist, and I went to church. And my mom was like, I don't know. Go to church, see if they can give you the answers. You know what I mean? So I would go get on the bus at 9 o'clock in the morning when they still sleep because they partying the night before. And I'd go on the bus, go to the thing, and they made it fun. They taught you these stories. If you listen and answer questions, they give you candy. Kind of weird and the same thing. I ain't gonna lie, that's why I didn't want to get saved because it was weird to me. Like they were like, bow your head and close your eyes and raise your hands, and if you want to get saved, and I'm like, they're taking these kids in the back room. My mama taught me not to be no dummy. I ain't know what was going on. Right. You know what I mean? Like as a child, it all felt weird to me. You know what I mean?
Especially with all this shit coming out now,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
And why the niggas say wet?
And now you get baptized, you get wet.
No drizzy.
No diddy.
No drizzy.
You on an early street. You on a street early.
This man been thinking like that before I could even before I got into my shit personally, bro. I'm talking about way back when I was recording this in the beginning. This nigga, folk called me a wizard, bro.
Did he?
A wizard.
Blew your mind?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
I just feel like
he was like, "What the?
Yeah.
You talking about, bro? A wizard, dog?"
And in a moment, I kind of, I looked at it on a level that I was able to understand at the time, and I kept going with it. I continued to wizard my wizardry.
Then you start realizing
I'm a motherfucking wizard, bro.
Yeah.
Give it a ring.
Top flight.
Like, facts. Because I'm a wizard with a Glock. You hear me? I mean, read a Glock in this motherfucker.
Don't be crazy. Be a reader.
I remember I come over to B-Sho house one day, and this mother watching some video on the computer. I'm talking to him, he ain't replying. He said, "You don't see this? You don't see this?" I said, "What you talking about?" Took it back to the beginning. This early YouTube too. You need to watch this. As a matter of fact, have a seat, bro. Watch this. That was the first conspiracy video I ever watched. 2 hours long. He kept saying, "What you think?"
I know what you're talking about.
What is it?
You talking about the
I can tell you what it is.
Yeah, hold on. Give it to me. The Zeitgeist.
There you go.
The Zeitgeist.
So look,
documentary.
it get done. He like, "What you think?"
It opened.
I say it's got some logic to it.
Yeah.
It's got some science to it. It's got some logic to it.
Yeah.
But I can't say it's all right. He went on a rant. I said, "Bro, I'm not gonna hit it."
I
said, "Look. I just gave you 2 hours of my life or something. I don't even know if I believe."
What we was experiencing back then is what we didn't know. It was called the cognitive dissonance, where you don't want to believe it because it's going against your beliefs. You know what I mean? So we all felt that way. But I started telling that to my homies, and they went into the hood and started telling it. I'm telling it to my family members. The white people are starting to experience it. I told my dad yesterday. I was like, man, I think sometimes, and this is kind of Kanye of me, I walk more like Jesus Christ than a lot of people because I ain't scared to talk this. You know what I mean? Like I ain't scared to have that conversation. Get a little hasty. You know what I mean? If we need to.
So you say you are like a modern day Jesus Christ, like Kanye.
I'm kind of more like I'm a Jesus Christ. Like I'm kind of like I grew up on Jesus Christ. Yeah, like he's the only child. I grew up only child, so I kind of feel the way he feel with his different perspectives.
You sure Jesus was the only child?
No, I'm talking about Jesus. And honestly, no, he wasn't in the real story. You know what I mean? In the real story, he went back and got some of his brothers when he was created his disciples. But really, let's go down there. Jesus is just son worship. He's God's son. He's the disciples are 12 months of the year. You know what I mean? That's just sun worship. You know what I mean? You can go back into the constellations and the virgin births and go to these other religions. And then when you start finding out, like, okay, not just the Bible, and you start realizing where it's coming from, and you start reading books like Sefer Yetzirah, and which is a Hebrew book that explains why the Bible is like it is and how it pertains to your body. Mm-hmm. And how words are literally what created everything because of the duality of everything. Because that's why we got hot, cold, up, down, right, left, good, bad, negative, positive. And this creation is because it takes that duality.
What are all those things though? Hot and cold, good and bad.
Sense.
Common sense, nigga.
No, for real though.
Hey, no.
And it's not. And
that's
what I'm saying, it's not
opposites. Two different things.
Yeah, I mean,
nah. Hot and cold, two different things.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, this is one of the
same thing.
No, hot and cold is the same thing. Cold is really just
because if you get hot,
same thing on different.
If you ever get different levels, it almost feels the same once it gets to a certain.
It is. Look, at the end of the day, you know what it is. We can find a word to put them together. It's temperature.
Right.
Hot is a temperature, cold is a temperature.
But it's two different ones.
It's on two different poles, like the North Pole, and the South Pole, but it's the same shit.
They all relative to each other.
That's when balance comes into play. Yeah. You always go
because when you get warm. So what is warm? What is warm? It's not hot or cold, but it's in
the middle,
and it's all right. So there we go. So hot is over here on the same shit.
So warm
cold is over here on the same.
That's why
because it's two of the same temperatures in the middle.
Warm is both degrees at the same time, but it's all the same thing though. Like you get mad one day,
right?
All right, so you hot. You be cool, calm. Another day, you cold. Did you just change? Are you two different things? No, you the same shit. Just one day you was
the same way every time.
I know that's emotionless. That's a sociopath.
That
Hell no, you can't be.
You don't think so?
You gotta have some type of passion. No, don't be wrong. There's such thing as a sociopath. I don't think you're one. I don't be around you enough though. But
you approach everything the same way.
That's a difference.
But you're not the same way every time.
Yeah, exterior, interior, two different things.
Somebody, sometimes you want to make love. We all feel those emotions. That's what.
Sometimes you want to choke a motherfucker while you make love.
Whoa. Do this.
Ain't that the same?
Yeah. Oh God. Polarity.
It's temperature.
Polarity.
Shout out to Ernest. Ernest asked me what we're talking about. We talking conspiracy theories. We got two conspiracy.
My boy.
That's why
conspiracists.
I think a lot of people don't understand also too, bro. I mean to cut you off. I just wanted to say, like, I think that's what a lot of us struggle with in general is that finding the balance. And got to realize everybody wants something all good all the time. And that's why bad rears its head. Because you got to find that balance.
That's what.
You know what I mean? And so if you can entertain the good and the bad in a balanced way, drinking only becomes a problem when it gets heavy to one side.
No, it's scientifically proven. Just taking a shot is a negative.
Well, yeah, it's a definitely negative. But what I'm saying is like, is it gonna be when I leave here tonight? I don't know when I'll take another sip of something. So is that?
I get what you're saying, as in alcoholism and having extreme detriment to
right. You gotta have a balance.
But I answered your question. You asked me.
I think there's a balance.
We talk about scientifically proven. That's logic. But when we talk about spirituality, because we talking about religion that's not logic. That's metaphysical.
No, it's true. That's all. It's truly opinion.
So forget opinion. You can say, yo, logically is this, and I can say, well, spiritually is this. It's not opinion. It's just one perspective versus the other. Well, you can still say opinion.
Yeah, because you can take opinions and have different approaches to them.
And that's
because we do that all the time, right?
You know I say there's either facts or there's opinions. If facts are provable, opinions are come from your perspective of things. And this could be white, and this side could be black, and y'all both be right.
Some things are factual. This is left. You know this is right, and it's factual because a group of people sat down and agreed.
There we go.
This is left. Look, this is right. So most facts are a group of people sat down and agreed that that's what it is. So it is the win because a group of people sat down and said that's the win.
And we talk about conspiracy theories.
That's why they sway groups of people, because then now it looks like this is the consensus and this is what logically works. But then when you start being able to sway the masses, now you got a Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. Now you got a Donald Trump.
But aren't both of them necessary? Real talk. Aren't people who think logically, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, and that's balance. It's balance. And conspiracy theorists. For sure. There are the people who keep order, right?
You say conspiracy theorists one more time.
What do you want me to call you?
Just a theorist.
That's what I'm trying to tell him about what he took. Look. This is where I was going to go. Let me say this real quick. Let me catch this. What makes it not a conspiracy? This is rhetorical because I really don't want you to answer. But what makes it not a conspiracy? Right? Because like you said, a group of people saying right is right. It was a conspiracy then. But then everybody agreed and then it wasn't, or the masses agreed and it wasn't a conspiracy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with left, whatever. So
and that's what I was just saying. That people who are logical keep the order, right? But theorists, right?
Who makes the order?
Who makes the general population at an early time?
The theorists. You have to say something and put it out there. You got to say, yo, that's right. So you got to tell a person why you believe that that's right for anybody to even agree with it. Then logic comes in for them to agree with it. But first, you got to have the creator.
But can a logical theorist and a spiritual theorist both be theorists? Somebody who takes
now we're asking questions that we really don't know unless you go down that road and check it.
But that's what I mean.
But there is people that do that though. There's people out there that know.
No, we do know.
I'm saying, but there's people that know their shit way beyond that. You know what I mean? Right. And that's where I get my information from people that are spend their lives on saying, where'd this come from? Right. Where'd that come from? And like I said, there's fact or opinion. You can either prove it or you can't.
But that's not always true. You want to know? You ready? What's time?
It's non-existent.
You can't prove me time.
Time is non-existent.
You can tell me what time it is.
Show me how it works. It's a man-made construct.
You know what I mean?
Right. So it's not a real thing.
But it is just in a different. A group
of people sat down and agreed when you say 1/1000 is a second.
It's non-existent.
No, I get what you're saying, but there is a forever moment that constantly happens.
No, that is it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's not time.
That's time and time over and over again.
But no, it's not time.
You can't say that because you can't.
It just at the end of the day, it just is.
It's just time and time over again. It's the same moments, just repeating themselves in with every choice. Even if you don't choose, you still made a choice.
And even if you look at it on that, it's not the
everything
same time.
is a choice in every word.
What it
every
is presence. Time is presence. It's not the same time because it's one time at one point, then another time, or one moment at one point.
The present don't exist and the future don't exist.
So the stars we see are actually time-wise, they are millions of years.
I'm gonna hit you with something different.
But when we see it, you get what I'm saying? Like, it happens. A star explodes. When by the time you see it, it's been
Yeah.
See, now everything could be a conspiracy theory because people are saying, how is that even fathomable that I see something millions of years later?
Because of the logic part is
tragic.
But the logic part is
because if I take a flashlight right here and put it at the ground and I slowly move it up, and you stand in that room, you won't see it later than I see it standing right here.
That's what they're using.
And then you got to say
that's what's
below.
That's what they're using to prove that fact. For one, for two. There's a conspiracy. Let's go down the rabbit hole. There's conspiracy theories that believe that space doesn't exist because of the flat Earth. That it was created to make you believe that there's other planets, but really it's just other land. I ain't saying this is true.
I ain't arguing.
This is what they say.
I want to know where, bro. Dustin.
I'm just thinking.
His eyebrows ain't left from this position.
This nigga passed me the drink.
Yeah,
so I can get another shot.
He say, "What did you bring on?" We got some people talking.
Yeah, let's see what they're talking about.
Talking. My phone froze up. Let's see.
Conspiracy.
He said fifth blunt conversation.
Yeah, pretty much saying the same thing y'all saying. But no, I think it's shit both sides anyway, so I wouldn't say it's a conspiracy.
You know, at the end of the day, none of it really matters, bro, until you use this knowledge every day. You know what I mean?
I heard this Edward said y'all having I'm on my fifth blunt conversation.
Yeah, I see that, no, but like I think like at the end of the day, like I've been like so when me and my homie Juju, man, we started rapping when we was shorties, like 12 years old. Me and him, we was a rap group, man, and we started one time conspiracy theories probably you're right.
Man, you jumping the questions too.
No, I know. I just wanted to say something.
Theories.
I just wanted to say this is kind of where part of like where the theory started for me as well.
Okay.
There was a guy in their hood called Alamanachino. You remember Alamanachino with Flex?
Nah.
No. Let my people
go.
He used to come to Kankakee. The ones who know, he used to come and sell T-shirts in the lunchroom, COS T-shirts, with this Jamaican guy named Flex. Okay. And he had a studio in his basement. He lived.
I remember Flex though.
Right off.
Was it Indiana?
No, at the time it was Station. Before it turned into Maple. So he lived down there and he started preaching to Juju, not me, about the Moorish people of the land.
Oh man,
you know what I mean?
Man, when folks start about them Moors,
and when you start talking about the Moors, I seen something. This kind of goes with what he was saying. Like me, I was listening to more than he was in a way. He was kind of like falling asleep, like this is. But he was like catching into it, and I'm like, man, I kind of feel like he like just like a religious leader right now.
Right.
If you're gonna take this in, take it in with some caution. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And as I learned, as I got older, I heard this one guy was talking to Don Cheadle about his lineage and found out that his people were slaves through the Indians that lived here before. And come to find out that they owned slaves and the Indians came up from the Peninsula. He said, came up from that and started vandaling these cities and raping and pillaging in these Moorish communities and enslaving them. And then when this all came about from him finding Don Cheadle's history, and he was like, "This is something that could change American history."
So at some,
I don't know.
At some point, slaves
that's true, but
slaves are also owned by Indians,
and that when the white colonizers came over, they raped and pillaged the Indians and took the slaves. And there's supposedly.
So my question is, how did the Indians get the slaves?
They were the Moorish here on American soil. They were the indigenous black people on American soil.
And they enslaved them. I get what you're saying.
That's why
they are African.
If you look up in the late 1800s, every city in America burnt down at one time. And it was the old world. It was the Tartarian world that lived here before. You know what I mean? And it just because the people of the land, they inhabited the whole world before skins got lighter and changed and everything else. You know what I mean? So it's just like... But yeah, like I don't know if that's true.
That's a perspective.
You know, that's just if I lie to you, it's because they lied to me.
Are there any conspiracy theories that y'all believed in before, but you don't believe in now? So at one point you was like, yeah, that makes sense. That's it. And then now you're like, nah, there's no way.
When people be like, kids are born gay. When people born gay.
That's a conspiracy
I don't
theory.
believe that shit.
No, break it down.
Shit, bro.
I think it's what they see, what they're around.
I think it's a mental disorder.
What
I think it's a
they
mental
see,
disorder.
Because kids see everything.
honest.
They mimic everything. They watch everything. So
I'm gonna be honest. My son sees some gay stuff growing up, like that. I was like not happy with because we've seen gay things transpire in the media and what they see.
That's true.
My son's got a TikTok in his hand. And he's seeing this stuff. Man, my son, 5th grade. I'm picking him up. He jump in the car. His buddy look at him. He's like, "Hey, Brighton." I'm like, "Whoa, bro, what is you doing? Like, what is your first?" He's like, "Man, he just be on some gay stuff." You know what I mean? Right. But my son always steered away. Like he never. I realized early, like, okay, yeah, he's not gay. He danced until he was like 8, because his mom's a dancer. So it's like he danced until he was 8, and he was like, "Yeah, this dude's jumping on my back, Dad. I don't like it." You know what I mean? Man. So really, I think at the end of the day, it's really a mental illness. And I ain't saying that in a derogatory way or like a hateful way. I think it's no different than you can't choose to be autistic when you know what I mean? It's something, because
so all in all, illness the right word though?
Maybe not, but I
want to make sure.
Maybe not, but that's not perception. That's not perception.
saying that
because look. My daddy told me, he said, "This and this don't go together, son. This and this don't go together."
But I don't think it's a mental illness, though.
But this and this do.
But again, it was a group of people who sat down and said,
"This was a man from the '60s too, though." You know what I mean?
I think it's.
But it's the balance. You know, here's what I talk about too.
We talk about
reproduction. Y'all know everything. You don't have to reproduce.
No, facts.
Here's the
talking about the natural order. I think that's where a lot of
and that's what it is. It's natural order. It's natural order because at the end of the day, it's the little bit of black and the white side of the yin and yang, and it's the little bit of the white inside the black of the other side.
But the thing behind the whole thing with
there's going to be a little bit of
figuring out
sass in the masculinity. I'm 70% feminine.
Man,
I'm 70. That's what my NATO says.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm 70%.
When you said it, I already knew where you was going. Yeah,
no, like
you was going.
More emotional. Yeah, more your energy.
Yeah, stay away from this one.
Oh yeah, you a Cancer. You a Cancer.
Watching, I ain't trying to fit in there.
Look, no, but I'm just saying.
No, they should get offended.
No, it's just opinion.
They get offended.
Real quick. It's not even. It's not non-controversial at all.
I just think it is. I just think at the end of the day, bro. I just think. When I say mental illness, it's no different than like how an addiction.
That be the thing. People be trying to diagnose and figure out the reasons behind a lot of things. Right. Sometimes shit just is what it is. We boggle our mind trying to figure out the whys and whats instead of dealing with the situation.
At the end of the day,
you know what I'm saying?
All particles, which we are just particles in this world, before they die, their job is to reproduce. And if you don't reproduce, and if you can't reproduce, then you can't continue on whatever the system is going. So at the end of the day,
why you say that that's their job?
That is their job, but that's what
so you
non-conscious.
You believe in
I believe everything is conscious.
You believe in the yin and the yang?
I mean, I believe.
So if yin is reproduced, then what the fuck is yang?
Yeah, it's like you said, the natural production. Right? I believe it's the same thing, though.
Yeah. So if everything got an opposite, then so reproduction for some people,
like.
Is non-reproduction.
Just because I ain't trying to reproduce.
Some people just. See what I'm saying? It's just.
I wish I thought like you a long time ago.
It's just that simple though.
Hey, I mean that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like from what I've experienced in life. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you know, I found out at some time I've been hit on by gay men. So you know what I mean? Like a lot. I realized I'm a type.
The Matrix.
I got kind of scared.
It's a feeling.
So now I clench my purse.
That's crazy. Though.
That's uncomfortable too.
Yeah, that's crazy. Something like that.
I didn't want to say what I really clenched. That's what I was trying to say.
You know, you grab your pearls, maybe. Not your purse. You got something you want to say, bro?
Go ahead. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
That was
I'm just saying, man. Like,
teach his own. Can't even get back to the.
Don't push your sexuality on my children. At the end of the day, you know what I mean?
Definitely doing that.
Like I ain't being like you better be straight. You know what I mean? Like I'd be a horrible dad if I said that. But then a lot of times these men that are gay, they're like almost disrespectful to women, how flamboyant they are. A real woman's not that flamboyant. You know what I mean? I got opinions about that, but that's just me, honest opinion. I don't judge them for it. You know what I mean? As long as you ain't trying.
I do think some be overly doing it.
So I think some of that could be, some of that could be disrespectful in a way. Like if you look at the women's makeup nowadays. If you look at women's makeup nowadays, it looks very tranny.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you be like, oh, is that a guy? Or no, she just got tranny makeup on. And the reason I say that is,
is the tranny makeup getting better?
No. I think no, you're right.
Looking like
And that's what I'm trying to say. I think the females are seeing this. He can do this makeup and look like better than me. So what if I do this makeup like this? You know what I mean? So it's like
you can't tell now.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Next.
Yeah, what we talking about?
Question.
Remember
Y'all can talk for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
We can't talk for 2. You can't talk for 2, but y'all can talk for 50.
What I said?
Ain't that a bitch? Next question.
Fam. No, you listen. Y'all was busy talking.
That's crazy.
He was like, what's the next? I said, no, let him go.
Go ahead.
What you? Come on.
Go ahead, bro. Next question, man. Go ahead.
Let's go to the next topic.
That's all it was. That's all it was.
1, 2, 99. Next topic.
Hey, no, no,
You trying to cut him?
That's all it was, man.
He trying to cut him. What's he doing? Hey, he seen his hand like this. He started wiping his forehead like, nah.
Here we go.
These niggas talking too
Man, y'all
ain't that a bitch?
gonna get canceled for it. Get put on.
Next question. Go ahead.
Hey, you can't cancel if you don't care.
Go ahead. Thank you. Don't give a fuck about that shit.
Cancel.
Next question, bro. Nobody give a fuck about that shit.
So we be talking to us. All right.
Next question, bro.
Point taken.
All right.
Point taken.
Racism.
Oh shit. We gonna jump from that. You
This ain't no colors.
Yeah. Y'all wanna be prejudiced. You know all of that?
Damn.
Racist.
Yeah.
I was gonna skip the whole thing and come back to it, but I was like, nah. You wanted this.
I know this.
You asked for this.
Actually
You
did.
wrote this down.
It's hard because like a lot of people don't know my background.
What's your
So it's
background?
like,
Tell them your background.
that's not for them to know.
That's what we here for.
Background?
Don't
Hold
nobody
on.
know.
Make not. Yeah, you ain't gotta.
What's the question? About racism?
You ready? I got a few. You ready?
No, you good.
How do you think your experience of racism differs from somebody of another color?
That's a real question.
Is it shooting one white man in the room?
You got enough time? Is that right? How much?
Because I think
He asked the question now.
this has got to be towards me.
He said he wanted it, so
do you want to answer?
he got to be the star of this.
Go ahead, you got it.
And
Hey,
you know what?
look, me personally.
Are you like Lil Wayne and me?
Nah, hell,
I have no
I'm not
racist
finna
experiences.
do that. No, I'm gonna tell you one right now. We all know my nigga Breeze, right?
My boy.
My boy.
Shout out. It's Breeze in here.
Look, check this out, man. We gotta be like mid high school, 10th grade, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We walking past Steuben.
Mm-hmm.
It's like midnight-ish. We chilling, kicking it, doing shit that we ain't supposed to be doing.
Right.
Anyway, motherfucker ride by in a pickup truck like yours. I'm sorry. But it was.
Racist.
Like yours. Pickup truck. Hey, them niggas rolled by. They was
not
like,
racist.
They definitely was white as hell, no cap. Like 6 of them in a pickup truck. That's different. They speed by and was like, fuck you niggas.
How did it make you feel?
Never in my life.
It was like 5 of us.
You never said it?
Watch this though. Watch this though.
Both.
It was like 5 of us.
No, I've been. Hey,
We like, damn. We tried to see if they gonna stop. They did not. They kept going. We keep walking too. We walking. It was in a pickup. So when it happened, motherfucker was like, what the fuck? It was Breeze. Breeze like, what the fuck? He the only one that really like said something out loud.
Right.
So we look back at him, whatever, he stopped. Nigga, we walking half a block up. We hear him say, what the fuck? From a distance. Same spot. Bro can't move the whole time. So, you asked me mine on racism?
Yeah.
I think I had just grew up in it so much that it was like almost regular. Like I looked at that like, yeah, I mean if they not finna stop and throw some hands, I was like, whatever. But
well, I feel like
Breeze ready.
I feel like unfortunately,
ready.
I
He
feel
was
like
shocked.
I feel like
Fuck was
unfortunately
shell-shocked.
a lot, and I'm speaking because
on the north side.
I didn't have white friends. Like if you see me with someone white, I was with family members. You know what I mean? My friends was all black, so I got to see a lot of that, and I just feel like it sucks because like all my friends was desensitized to it. Like it was okay in a way.
That type of shit. What I just
You know what I mean?
What
And I felt bad in that way. Like, no, man, don't take that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I felt as a shorty. Like,
don't get me wrong, in my face though.
that's a different.
type of
Yeah,
scenario,
no,
right.
but still
But
desensitized to it. Like, if you ain't gonna do nothing about, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, should y'all chase them down and whoop their ass? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
I
at
do
the end
think
of
that's
the
the
day.
normal reaction though. Like,
But should we do
Go
that?
ahead.
You know what I mean? No, go ahead.
When you are, well, my experience with white people that are cool, they do feel like that. Whenever we go through something, y'all, they be pissed. They be more mad than us sometimes.
Yeah, on my mama.
Because
They
like
call
I
it
said,
white guilt.
They
call it white
sensitive
guilt.
still.
Like,
But
you gonna
yeah, they
fix that?
sensitive to
They
it.
still sensitive.
But for us, it's like you said, if they ain't finna box,
But see, for me,
we
it was,
just whatever. Because a lot of racist people scary.
no,
They say shit and keep walking.
And it's ignorance.
You know what I'm saying? They say shit and they words fade. You know what I'm saying? They don't stay there.
Because it's easy to say it on the move.
On
It's
the
easy to
computer.
say it through a screen.
And it's
Yeah.
probably
So-
also because I got coached that way. I got coached like,
Yeah,
I ain't
for
gonna
sure.
lie. I remember watching my first racist movie. Well, it was a slave movie. Can't say it was racist. In school.
Roots.
Why did they do that?
Roots.
I was literally, as a kid, ready to whoop everything
In
I saw that
G
was
class?
not
In Olsen G class?
Shout out to
Melody. Yeah, it was.
And
Oh,
roots
God,
and
it was.
history.
No.
I was the only white guy in my black history class being taught by an old white guy.
That part is real.
Hey, Olsen G was legit.
Olsen G, man, some of the
Yeah,
stories he
31
said though.
years.
Yeah.
31 years of African
I
American.
seen him the other day, man, at the gas station.
Olsen
He's
G,
still
real.
out.
I know his shit too.
You saw Olsen G.
Yes, I seen him at.
He gotta be like
Olsen G is a white guy that taught Black history in Kankakee.
Oh yeah, he made it
High
a point
school.
too. He made it a point.
30 plus years.
And he was like a scholar. Like this man dedicated his life to Black history.
Yeah, he made it.
He was a kid. He had a paper of him helping another black kid, like pushing people out the way to let another black kid drink out the fountain. He never understood the sense of it.
Yeah, people used to
You know what I
fuck with him
mean?
because he was older.
Yeah.
You know,
And
he
they-
joked a lot.
Right, G
But
and
real
GS.
talk, like he really knew his shit.
That was the only like history class in high
It
school.
had-
That was the only black history class in Kankakee.
I came alive in that motherfucker. Like,
It was
I
weird, though.
I was
Yeah,
terrible in
Kankakee,
school, but I
right.
came alive in that motherfucker.
Right.
Like, fucking with
I
Olsen
feel
G.
like a lot of times during the time people respected him, but they didn't take him like super serious.
No, he was a little.
You know what I
He was
mean?
a jokester.
Yeah,
you
he
know
was-
what I'm saying? He was cool. He was
cool.
older, so
Give you them questions.
yeah, he really wasn't a disciplinarian like that.
Nah.
But he taught his shit and let you do you. Shout out to Olsen G. For sure.
Shout out to Olsen G.
And see, and that's what I'm saying. Like with me, like I experienced racism on both sides. My parents, at a young age, used to tell me that don't judge somebody by their color. It's the person. You know what I mean?
Same, yeah.
Now it's me 4 years later with 4 mixed children, and now I got to teach them about, especially like during the Black Lives Matter movement, and they was literally storming down my street on North Street in Bradley, trying to attack the house next to me, and my mixed son is like, Dad, what is this about? And I got to tell him, like, you know, I got to enforce to him that not let hateful people make you a hateful person.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what I've always tried to preach to my children. You know what I mean? You can't take one encounter for somebody and group them into that type of behavior. You know what I mean? Because I never had done that in my life, and I don't think it's right, because you can't. It's judgmental. You're probably wrong 90% of the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like people will look at me. I've been treated like I'm some racist white guy, and they don't even know my history. I'm married to black women, have mixed children.
You
You know
just
what
an
I mean?
asshole. He ain't racist.
I just
Oh yeah,
asshole.
yeah. Folk just don't like nobody.
He know.
I love
So
everybody.
no way not to
I love everybody.
But he gonna be an asshole about it.
But I just don't care, you know what I mean? So in my life, I've had Vale. I pull up in Vale crib. His daddy kicked me out the crib because he said I look like a snag. He said I look like the police.
cop, right.
He was like, man, who's that? Oh man, now get him out of here.
Nah,
Get him
but-
out. I just left. I went back to the
In
whip.
his defense, though,
But I'm just saying things like that in my
it's,
life.
it's legit. That's legit, though. for
That
sure.
he has every right. He feel how he feels.
Yeah, and his
You know what I
shit,
mean?
for sure.
And his shit, I walked out. I got the hint. I heard him. He didn't even have to ask me leave.
But in his defense, though, for real, like I was finna say I seen him do some of the same shit to another one of the homies, but the homie was.
But no, I
the
also
homie was a Malaysian. He was black and Asian.
I also got the
So we
vibe
do
as
the
I don't
same
know who
thing
this
to
is in my house.
That's what I
Get out of
would
here.
touch.
You know what I mean?
How minorities have prejudice and hatred towards other minorities.
minorities is crazy.
So that to me is the craziest. We all start with a foot down, and now you telling me your foot down better than my foot down.
But that
one
started
for me.
with us though. That ain't start from them. We started that stupid ass shit.
We started.
Black people started that, doing that within our community.
Oh,
think
with
so?
each other.
Hell yeah.
With
Oh, you
each
talking about
other.
like with each other?
Yeah.
He's talking about against one another. He's talking about like black against Mexican, Asian against
black and Mexican.
We started that, and it branched out to each culture.
You think so?
I think it's real cultural.
So I've been told by other Hispanic
started
people
everything in general.
I mean, look, television and the word started within their culture. So it started back what they were perceived taught what we were because they didn't experience us, right? That's a regular thing that I've been told in that culture. Asians is the same way, you know.
Yeah.
How y'all perceived on TV.
You watched Bruce Lee, right? Back in the day.
Yeah.
Chinese weren't fucking with the Japanese.
Right.
And that's
just like we as kids was like, man, the Chinese people can fight.
You can read.
Hey, I think we also need to take that
we almost can fight.
We almost looked at him like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Bruce
But
Lee was doing what? Fighting with who? Yeah, exactly. Like,
but if you look at it, let's take it overseas. Because really, racism, the way it's created here is because of the gumbo that we live in of people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And in China, when a old Chinese man says, "Hey, don't come back home to his daughter after she goes off to college with some white man or some black man," he ain't being racist to them. He's protecting the culture.
Big fact.
You know what I mean? But here, because your girlfriend might be Mexican and your coworker might be black and your brother's son might be part Asian, and you know what I mean, the word sensitivity has to be there, and along with the history of what built this country. We're so stuck in it, and the rich are laughing about us because really this is a poor man conversation at the end of the day. It's really classism that's fucking us up. You know what I mean? They want to sit there and talk about racism like it's really a big deal. But these old rich white men don't care what color you are as long as you line in their pockets. You know what I mean? And
it's one color for them.
Yeah, and really green,
gold, whatever. That type of shit. That's it.
Green and gold, not.
And honestly, what I learned down that line is it ain't even about the money, which it is, but the money is what creates the power. It's about the power. It's about the control
of the masses.
Yeah, facts.
Bring that back.
Facts.
B-Sho?
Yes, sir.
You ever face backlash or criticism from other white people for standing up for minorities?
Nah, never really. My dad used to kick my friends out for using the N-word in his house. I'll never forget when I was young. When I was young, my dad, I was rapping. My homie, since I was 12 years old, was like, "Yeah, you can say it." You know what I mean? We cool. I'm in the hood. I'm in Rosewood. We kicking it. It was like the word "the" for me. You know what I mean? I kind of grown since I've learned my kids, but I sometimes slip when I'm mad. But I don't try to
say it to your kids when you get mad.
Not them.
Oh,
like if I'm in a heated conversation, it might come out like the Kankakee just comes out. No matter how far I try to go away. Okay. I mean, it just came out. But no, I don't really say it like that anymore. But when I was a kid, I used to put it in my raps all the time. You know what I mean? That's all I knew. I was indoctrinated by the culture. You know what I mean? And looking at it in the foreground, my dad heard me. I always had a studio since I was a shorty in the basement of some sort.
Yeah.
And I was there rapping with my friends. None of them were white. Okay, guys? I don't care what you guys say in the chat. None of them were white. But that don't really matter at the end of the day of the contents of it. My dad was like, doom, 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 stepping on the floor. Get your ass up, get your ass up here, boy. And I'm like, what's up? He's like, man, you gotta stop saying that. I'm like, saying what? He was like, man, you can't be saying any word like that, bro. I'm like, and they cool with it. Nobody's tripping about it. You know what I mean? Like, what? And he was like, no, but not everybody knows you like that. Not everybody's gonna take it that way.
Yeah.
And for him to just treat that situation always like that with me.
Man, I used to get asked all the time, who is he to be saying? Somebody told me he said it. Don't bother me. That's what he said.
I mean, there was one time where Raphael, my boy Poppy Lowe, his cousin, what was his
Bulo?
No, not Bulo.
Not Bulo.
He moved to Mich. He moved big cuz.
Skip the name.
Anyways.
Shout out to the cuz we can't name.
And Poppy Lowe. Shout out to Poppy Lowe.
But he seen that, he was outside of the clique, and, when he seen me say it, he called me out on it. And my first reaction, because of who I am, I'm like, bro, you ain't giving me my card to say it, you ain't finna take it from me. It's kind of ignorant, but that's how I felt at the time. Like, he checking me in a space where I, at the moment, it felt like I wasn't even thinking about it. Right. I wasn't even thinking about it. It wasn't even, and really, come to find out, it was just some other deep written stuff with him with somebody else, and he kind of was taking it out on me. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, that didn't matter with me. But I'm like, then I was ready to be like, look, I'm gonna stand on business. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, like, to me, I told my son, that's a cuss word. You don't say that in my house. You know what I mean? I'm not allowing my children to say that around me. You grown, you do what you want to do, but no.
I don't use it unless it's in a comical form. So if it's a joke that's being said and that word is used, it's the only time I use it.
It's just so much negative connotation to it. It's like I don't want to.
Nah, even me myself though, like real shit, I catch myself saying brother a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like at least when I'm mindful,
right?
You feel me? I catch myself saying brother a lot,
because I thought about it. I don't call nobody else. I don't say it to no other race, right? I refuse to say them things, right? I don't use slurs, right? Unless like
I think
we in a playful, joking manner, and he started with me, and we go back and forth, and it's a joke, and it ended the joke. You know what I'm saying? Outside of comedy, I don't use it because to me, comedy breaks all rules for the laugh.
It's for my race though. It's depending on how you structure it, because I've heard some guys structure it where they let them slide, and then there's some cases where it's just not tasteful at all.
It just depends. It depend on what I said. Bro. You want to know what joke used to make me irate? What do you mean I'm racist? I got a color TV, man. That used to make me so irate. I'm talking about irate. What you mean, man? Bro, I'm talking about.
Hey, folk ain't say a friend
that's good.
or a girlfriend. Niggas said a color TV.
They just piss you off.
That's good for real.
I'm talking about ready to throw
it really is.
Shout out to Sears Warehouse. Man, I'm talking about probably like 5 or 6. Altercation, bro. I just, cause it took me a second the first time I heard it.
It just took me.
Yeah, and then when it clicked, I was like,
That's why I'm like, huh?
That's some demonish.
That shit cold.
Hey, look, and you can't come back to that. What do you say back to that?
That shit cold.
Cause it ain't aggressive. You
that
can't.
Shit cold.
Thing about it though, when you talk about jokes and shit, comedy,
man.
it's alright.
That's funny.
Cool. It ain't that cool. It ain't that cool for them to get up there and say it though, huh? Well, when Cat Williams get up there, and then Kevin Hart get up there, and then Dave Chappelle get up there. Now I ain't talking about niggas. I ain't talking about them saying niggas. I'm talking about them talking about whatever they talking about.
On my Cat Williams when they get funny again.
Did you go with us when we went to see Paul Mooney?
I hate that verse.
Did you go? Who'd you go see?
It was with
It was
Tracy Morgan.
Okay, that was different then.
That was a fire one though. He was raunchy, bro.
Yeah, that was a good one.
My
pops ain't like it. So look,
because he's raunchy.
I was talking to this Asian chick who lived in Aurora. Paul Mooney had a show in Aurora.
Paul Mooney too.
My dad loved Paul Mooney, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna see Paul Mooney. Bro, he an activist, but he talk about all
He
races.
like a black George Carlin.
So the Asian girl I'm talking to in the area, she like, well, if you going, I'm gonna get a ticket and meet y'all up there. Bet.
She was uncomfortable,
bruh. When I tell you the whole show, Paul Mooney talked about Asian women.
She was uncomfortable.
The whole show.
See what I'm saying?
She keep looking at me like this. My pops on the other side like this.
Uncomfortable.
Weak
as hell.
And I'm just sliding in the chair like,
every laughing.
Bro,
crazy.
He ain't whole laugh. He ain't even funny at the moment. My pops. He ignorant. When he get going, bro, I had to quit talking to her. Like, yeah, nah, I'm cool. Because every time we talk, she bring that up. And you had me go see. You knew how he. Nah, I told you to watch him. Why am I? I had to leave it alone. I'm straight. So comedy covered all, and if you can't take it on one side, you shouldn't be laughing on the other one. Because I agree with both of y'all, man. We as a people are definitely sensitive.
Yeah, we too sensitive. Bro.
When it comes to comedy,
you know,
but we quick to say it.
Yeah,
we quick to put it out there
to use it. Yeah,
we quick to use it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I got such a non-judgmental thing when it comes to comedy. It's got to be like super offensive to offend me. I done sat in a room full of black motherfuckers and watched a white motherfucker going. I'm like, that's fucking funny. They like, that's offensive. I'm like, yeah, but like, I mean, sometimes comedy is. Even when you look at the other end.
That's a good statement.
So many niggas really. See, I just did niggas right there. Yeah. So many people really push the margin. And they not white, I'm talking about multicultural. They be pushing the fuck out of the margin.
Especially because it's the statement being made that we can't be racist. Okay, so you're using your terminology because it's opinion at that point, right? Because by definition, you being racist.
I think if you're hating on someone
because of their color. What's the definition of racism? Are you being racist because you're
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. So
I love NASCAR
and
racing.
you shooting it back out don't mean it two wrongs don't make
I
the
was
right.
watching for the crash.
You get what I'm saying?
But are you being racist because you have to talk?
So even if you're being prejudiced, okay? So by definition it's prejudice.
3 crashes.
But you can tell me you can't be prejudiced, right? Because it's the same theory. I mean,
prejudice is like saying I don't like green because I like blue. That's not that. I don't like Porsche because I like.
But prejudice is the gateway of racism.
But that's just saying I like something over something.
Not necessarily.
That's what prejudice is. I don't like this. I like this. I don't like Jordans. I like LeBrons. I don't like. You know what I mean? Like that's prejudice.
But you use a prejudice away from.
With prejudice
behind skin color,
right? But
you
see how you say
I don't like that black
it's a prejudgment.
Yeah. I don't like him because he black, and I don't like blacks.
Yeah, it's the word. It's a prejudgment. So you could be like, I don't like nobody who wears
and
Jordans, and you prejudice against Jordans.
And we all woke enough to know, right?
You know what I'm saying?
I don't wear Jordans. I have never bought a pair of Jordans in my life. You know why? And this might sound racist if it came from another white guy. I went first time I was in the holding cell.
Racist coming from you?
Probably, yeah.
Nah. I just
first time I was in the holding cell, I seen 80% of the motherfuckers wearing Jordans, and I said to myself, "There's something about these Jordans." It wasn't the Jordans; it was the fact that they're easily manipulated into a certain thing. And that's the common denominator that they're easily swayed in their mental.
That's why I say a lot of shit don't have to be racist or prejudice. It really can be a different factor. Like that sound PTSD-ish.
Yeah.
Or
even suppressed. You came
up with a thought about these things that had nothing to do with black or white or nationality, nothing. That's what I be trying to tell you.
And it wasn't just a black or white thing.
You look where you at, you look down the shoes.
It wasn't either. You know what I mean?
That's different. And you don't think that's different?
No, real shit. Say, bro?
That's different.
The only thing that
ain't racist.
The only thing that make it racist or prejudice is the fact
that
they usually bought by what culture.
I feel like a lot of times announcing something's racist is racist because you acknowledging that it's, you know what I mean. It's that factor.
Calling out something racist.
Calling out something racist makes it even more racist. By calling out, I'm not saying you're racist, but I'm saying the situation becomes more racist
because of the
spotlight on it. You know what I mean? Which I think it should.
Like we got like jokes and shit. Well, we'll be like, that's that white people shit. Man, that's
white privilege is
I just did that.
I didn't even know.
Look, I said that. The first question y'all asked, I said white privilege. Does that make me racist?
No,
because I said white privilege is real. When I'm like,
it's a majority,
but that's some nigga shit. That's a nigga moment. That make me racist against my other niggas.
But you gotta remember, white privilege is given to white people by other white people.
It's just look.
You know what I mean? That's the only place you get it. If I go to the hood that don't know me, I'm not gonna get that privilege that I get.
No, white privilege
in Turnberry or
black people too. Black people give white people white privilege though.
All minorities have people who get.
What I'm saying is, you said it's only given by other white people.
I didn't realize that it's just a white person will see his brethren and be like, I want to help this guy out. And I think all races should be like that as people. But I also think we should break that barrier. Man, it's in the name
all
human.
People helping people.
Yes. Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, we have a mental thing where we always want to help the person that look like us.
And it's not going to
change. Like you like Drake. Because you think he look like him.
I like both of them.
He just made it because he light skin and curly hair and shit. That's crazy.
I think he more like
Drake too.
He like 2000. He like 2010 Drake.
Hey, I like Drake too. Look. I got Chris Brown over Quavo.
You hear me?
I mean over. Yeah, facts.
I got Chris Brown over J. Cole now.
Nah, see, I'm just saying. I'm talking about the light skin versus dark skin shit. You know what I'm saying? Here's
one other thing. Let's talk about race real quick. One more thing. I think that is left out behind everything. These mixed folks, man.
Right.
I've dealt with mixed folks my whole life. I got mixed aunties.
I got
mixed cousins.
They got worse.
I'm tired of them thinking they can be racist on both sides because they both sides. You can only be racist to mixed people from here on out.
But what are they supposed to do though?
Because you're not black or white. You don't get to pick and choose when you want to be racist to both sides. Only from now on, you going to hate on mixed people. Mixed people can only hate on mixed people anymore. I'm done. I don't care what they say. Say what you want in the comments. That's what's said.
What? Because my parents was two separate.
I had too many problems with
mixed folks thinking they could be racist either way.
I think it stemmed from the confusion.
I'm tired of it. No, that's exactly what it is.
It stems from the confusion.
It's the white.
We watching Drake do it right now. Drake don't know.
It's the
Drake
white
don't know what he want to do. He don't know whether he want to be Jewish. Drake don't know whether he want to be Jewish, black, or white. Folk got like 3 cultures going on inside of them.
It's they white mutation.
Sure, it can be. It's gonna be there.
It ain't always there because it's something you just identify from the
but I ain't talking about identify. I'm talking about.
In 2015, we ain't identifying no more neither.
And the white people telling you not white enough.
But here's what I'm saying to you, bro. I'm telling you as a person whose parents are mixed and so I'm considered mixed. I'm telling you,
you can only hate.
Used to that.
You can only hate what you mixed it with. If you was like Mexican and black,
I hate both you. No, it's not.
I hate all you niggas. That's what I'm saying. That's what the mixed ones do. They just be like, everybody's hating.
No, if you hate everybody, that's still love. You treat them equally. That's not racist.
Well, damn, that's still love. It can't be just equal hate.
It's only 2 ways.
I'm just made it love.
Fuck it, ain't.
He said it's only 2 ways to be racist. You gotta love them all. I hate them all.
I'm hit you with an analogy. Your shit is I just whooped on everybody, but we're not gonna call it a whooping. We're gonna call it love. No, that's anger. It's still anger.
I've never done this. I'm gonna let you fellas pick. Because we've been going and we've been going.
Off that.
So we apologize.
Do y'all want to talk about the Shaan G and B-Sho music team, or do y'all want to play the fact or fiction game?
Then we can't.
We
can't run through them.
Nah, B-Sho be going. It's a good thing though. He killing it.
Nah, it's been good shit though.
No, y'all been killing it.
I gotta pick the Shaan.
Y'all rock paper scissors.
I gotta pick the Shaan Keez.
Yeah, that's fine. I want to play the game.
We
end it out with the game. We'll end it out with the game.
He said we end out the game after just told him like
it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Capping now. It's gonna happen.
Alright, so
you do be like this show.
I'm supposed to tell you a show while it's going, but I got to keep the.
Nah, for sure. Keep it rolling.
That's a fact.
So Shaan G, B-Sho music team.
Shaan Keez.
I'm sorry, Shaan Keez. I've been Shaan G.
It's just we go back. That's all.
When he first said Shaan Keez, I was like, yeah, Shaan G.
Nah, for real.
Shaan G's.
That's a fact though.
That's just gonna put the super K into the G.
So how did you both first decide to collaborate together on a music tip?
I decided when he rewrote all the lyrics to Eminem's. What song was that? It was one of Eminem's songs, and he rewrote the whole thing.
But if you've been anxiously waiting for this, you can't even patiently sit and wait for it. Take it here, you can have it. But once you get it, you start to thinking like, why did he bother bringing it hard as he did? Think you can handle it? No, you think you gangster? Yeah, that type of shit.
What I'm saying is like, so when he came to me, I was like, okay, this is kind of unique. This man just took this whole thing and then flipped it, like
all rhyming patterns.
Right? Yeah, it was the rhyming patterns, but he didn't like use none of the words and that. It was all his own, and I was just like, man, this dude's fire. And then as we just, and he was cool with Jizzo. I mean, Vel. Mm-hmm. Vel was kin to Juju.
There we go. That's what I was gonna take it back to right there.
Yup. And so we all was in family functions together. You know what I mean?
Right.
With their aunts and I'm there hanging out with Jew and that's his family and he there and Breeze there and Quentin there and
everywhere.
Cerebral Foe.
Cerebral
Foe was in the house.
Cerebral Foe.
Shout out to my cousin Mike G. Breeze was at my family. R.I.P. to my cousin.
R.I.P. Mike G.
Hey, Breeze was at my family reunion and he ain't even related to me. He just chilling at the cut.
Breeze is one of those characters in my life that I just see randomly everywhere.
Everywhere.
And he acts the same way.
Shout out.
He had his cut and he be chilling.
Facts. Facts. Whole time though.
What's up, boy?
First time I was like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? You and Juju perform. You was Harlem shaking too. On my mother. Yeah.
They got crip walked on that stage that night.
Y'all was in 8th grade. Yeah, you crip walked too. You Harlem shake. You was a performer. They shit.
It was the talent
LCC,
show.
huh?
No, it was the talent show.
Was it the LCC though?
It was Casey's. It was at Kankakee. It was Kankakee High School.
When y'all got that award though?
Yeah.
Cause y'all ended up getting a trophy. I think it was
that award was from the American or the Midwest Music Award.
Facts. Went that at LCC?
We beat out a lot of people.
Or no, that went LCC neither though?
No.
All right. So the building, I confused. But yeah, I see these niggas on stage. This nigga and this white guy on stage whole time to be politically correct.
Don't say it's racist.
But yeah, when I see them, like, yo, who is this though. Like, dude, nice with it. Because I'm actually listening. I'm a barologist.
Yeah.
I'm listening to the flow. I'm like, dude, cold. So soon as we done, when I knew Juju already. We come outside, we chop it up and everything. Bro, who was dude? He introduced me to him and everything. I'm okay. That's where it sparked that. Now, like he said, down the line, we actually got the chopping back and forth.
Right.
I got into it with the guys. I'm rapping against the guys. That's where a lot of them Eminem verses came through. I'm spitting some of the we was bullshitting.
Okay.
Sparring. I'm spitting some of the verses I got to the guys to
somebody
to
that's sensitive, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we used to do all the
I like
time.
how your pen work. So yeah. And I found out we had a studio. Magic since then, man.
So what is the dynamic like between you two when you're in the studio working on music?
Hey, it used to be easy going as hell. It's still like easy going now, but a little bit like we got there again. But back in the days, it was more like just let me do my shit.
Yeah, he went from. I have to be honest though. He's went from an artist that was like just let me do me to being more open to anything. Yeah, really, there's still times where he gets his ways, but I like to always be like, man, let's just leave all options on the table. You know what I mean? We if we don't like this, we can do this. You know what I mean? If we don't like, let's just do it and see what we can. What sounds the best. You know what I mean? So that's kind of also how I've over the years been able to haggle with artists. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we can do your way, but let's do it this way too. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm wrong completely and they were right, and they seen a vision that I didn't see.
The good thing about that is we both open to either or.
It took a little time working together.
Oh yeah, facts.
You had to learn to
trust each other. But see, one thing he had is he could come in and spit his stuff like he been practicing it all night. I don't know if he probably was. I don't know, but he always could remember stuff. I mean, if he did forget it, it wasn't like he forgot it. He just messed up or something. You know what I mean? It was like it never was like. And if he did forget it, it never forgot it again. Like. When he was early on, he was a one take Drake, which was my kind of fault. We kind of just was in that mode of one taking.
Yeah, because look, you know what I mean. When you look back at it and you be like, bro, we could have did this
over the year. Record, you know what I mean?
Yeah, recording totally different now.
So it's just just was like, and that was us trying to get a product out. Like, oh, this is exciting, and then we're making music, and you know. So it's like
I respect bro opinion so crazily. Like even when we don't too much have conversations about what I'm saying exactly in that moment, I'll come back to him mixing and he'll be done did some shit to the mix where I'm like, yo, that's fire. So he throwing in his input right there. You know what I'm saying? So he might have heard at the time, but ain't say something.
And you know what's crazy? Like through my whole like little producing and engineering career, like it did a couple things. Like I was honored, but more so than honored, because I feel honored is a racist word from this moment. But I also I feel shit now. Keep going back to that subject.
Scratch my curls.
Shit now. I feel like I also felt. I was just like amazed and astounded at like these guys. I was in a predominantly black sport, and these guys were willing to. Even you would call me over to engineer in the early days and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and just for people to honor that, because I was learning too. Yeah. You know, we were all learning in the process. For sure. So people to even be like, yeah, B-Sho know what he's doing. You know what I mean? Or I want to listen to him, or his opinion matters, or he's here's the sound that
I made it even better that he could rap. You know what I'm saying? Like it rap, multi-syllable, like rap. Sure. Yeah. Pin game cold. So I'm really like locked in listening at this point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And really, man, all that started like I was like third grade, and people used to come me and Fat Wayne 100 stacks.
Shout out Wayne, my boy.
Hey, shout out Stacks. Hey, shout out AJ too one time. What is
Stacks? So me and Cuz been around each other since we was like in third grade, and he used to I used to ride the bus in sixth grade when they used to drop him off in the junction, because I was going to the junior high to wrestle and shit. So like we got real tight on the bus too in sixth grade, and even more. But like we used to like even in third grade, he'll write a bar down, pass it to me, and I'll finish it, and then he'll come back and write another one in third grade. And people would come up to me and be like, "Man, do the Fresh Prince theme, man," and we all be rapping on the playgrounds, and everybody's joining in But they would always like come to me because they know I wasn't scared. My aunt used to have a 2 Live Crew mixtape, the tape, the one with all the booties on the front. She had that one. It had dirty nursery rhymes, right? And I'm 8 years old, and I took it from her and dubbed it onto a cassette tape. and I'm listening to dirty nursery rhymes.
Crazy.
Going back in 3rd grade, telling it to people.
Crazy. Yeah, my first album was Big Time. Was got that work.
That was the first album you bought?
Thinking it was sweet.
The first album I bought was Ice Cube's "Check Yourself" single.
My first one was Tag Team.
Back again. It came. That came. Real. That album came with my CD player that I got for Christmas.
Those was the days.
Woo, there it is.
CD player
Woo, then you get the instrumental.
Albums with it.
Yep, you get the instrumental, the radio version.
Yeah.
I was so late to hip hop. My first joint was that East 1999.
Bro, so hold on.
Shit,
that was my first album.
Big Time.
My mama.
Big Time was 2000,
right?
My mama shut down that whole rap, bro.
That's
I ain't
what
getting
I'm
no rap
saying,
album to Will Smith get
Big Willie style,
which is a classic now. I ain't get another one to the end, and then after that it was Jay-Z Volume 2 for my brother. After Jay-Z Volume 2, I was like, no, I love rap.
I went to Keez merchandise and bought the Ice Cube and the Coolio Gangsta's Paradise album.
That's crazy.
And then I would go home and write the lyrics
of what they said.
Of what they were saying. And then when I started seeing how stuff was structured, that's when I started like enjoying like that. And then one day, like in junior high when I met Jew, he was like, "Man, you ever write?" I was like, "No, not really." He's like, "Man, you should write." And we're in the library, really not doing nothing, slacking off probably or whatever. And he's like, I'm like, all right. And I don't smoke weed or nothing. And I'm like, yeah, I smoke you like I smoke my weed. And my first rapping, and like, and everybody, that was like my first metaphor ever. I think.
Smoke you like I smoke my weed.
I was smoking
bars.
I was smoking on your homie before. All them guys on
rolled that
Overlock.
nigga up. Made that nigga a pack. That nigga was a pack back in 1990. Back in what folk be saying in 1900s?
I was 12 in the late 1900s.
Back in the 1900s.
Late 1900s.
It
It was 97, 98.
Crazy.
So y'all reflecting. Let's reflect on the local hip hop scene.
Let's reflect.
Let's dig a little.
Let's do
You got
that.
a little bit in you?
Let's get it.
Quickly.
So first, let's get flowers, right?
Big flowers. Yes.
Who are some of the pioneer rappers or hip hop artists from our area that you want to give a shout out to, and what impact they had on the music scene?
Frank Nitty.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out.
That was quick.
Cause man, I mean, he's an OG that pioneered some stuff for us, like what we got to watch. You know what I mean? Made me want to make the videos and then make the albums. And
for sure.
Juan Verrett.
Shout out,
Man,
Juan for sure. Juan is the one.
Yeah,
that's like Juan.
Like he gave Kankakee a voice.
Juan is the
mean?
Juan of. Like what we look at the line as, you know what I'm saying? Like we be like, he's so great with music. That's what he is in Kankakee. Yeah. We look at Hove as that, like for overall. Yeah. That's what Juan is in Kankakee.
The last song I recorded was with Juan, and that wasn't too long ago. Like it was a few years ago.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Juan.
Shout out to Juan.
Yeah, big shout out to Juan.
Who else y'all got?
Me personally, I always gotta say the COMIITEE. They see us and them guys. Yeah, for sure. If it ain't him, it's them. And definitely gotta say Panic Switch because them guys too.
Panic Switch was too.
Natone.
Shout out to
Natone, man.
Natone still ain't stopped.
Natone, no. He's the DJ Khaled of Kankakee.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, he's the DJ Khaled.
We the
if you
best.
ain't hosting the way he wants you to, he gonna take your spot.
Let me get that.
I need that. Watch out.
I've been doing this.
Let me get that mic, bro.
Geechee.
You know he's
Geechee.
Geechee gave us our flowers.
Hey,
man.
Geechee, I'm gonna rewind back to you for 1 second. I'm sorry. Natone is the reason, kind of the reason I started making beats. And a lot of people don't even know that. Like, Christina Jordan was like, he was our substitute teacher at the time. And she was like, my brother makes beats on Cakewalk. I went to I went to the mall. What was the store? It was GameStop.
Cakewalk.
They used to sell computer programs.
Yeah.
I went there. Spent $80 on the Cakewalk. Went home, installed it, and got pissed the fuck off because I ain't know how to work that shit. I ain't be like, I don't play. I ain't got no instruments. I don't know what's all that.
Yeah.
So I'm over here, but I figured it out.
They made a killing off us.
Side note, nobody knows this. I really started making beats on Mario Paint on Nintendo. there was this thing called Mario Paint. You had a mouse,
I remember.
and then there was like little heads of the characters, and they all made notes, and you could put them on the thing, and then as you go along, that's when I really started like, oh, this is dope. It was like my garage band, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was like 8, 9 years old when I got that, but yeah. But I didn't even realize that. That's me in hindsight. I didn't even see all that back then.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But so yeah, Nate Tone, bro. You don't even know, but you was like my ghost producer in life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're the one that, like, he got Cakewalk, so I went and bought Cakewalk, and then I just didn't make beats for like a year because I didn't know how to work it.
You just mad. $80 gone.
And then
Racist.
Then Geechee, I ain't forgot about you. Then, correct me if I'm wrong. This man created a god.
Who's that?
Hove.
Oh, for sure, Hove.
This is the creator of God. When people ask if there's a God, who created God? Nobody knows that he's the creator of Hove.
Never knew.
So
I never knew why they
the line got Fruity Loops early, bro, before anybody around. So I went over his house and he was messing with it, and I mean, as he's clicking it, I see exactly how it works.
Love, brother.
And he was like, man, I'm trying to get this and it's not. And I literally was like, watch out, let me show you, I think. And I put the snares where they went and the kicks where they went. Yeah. And I was like, look, bro, if you do it on this number, I think you got to put on like 85.
Y'all was doing what I was doing with Cakewalk, trying to figure it out.
And so like I sat down, bro, and I literally like figured out the basics of it. And,
this was like what, 04? 03? 02?
Yeah, 02.
Yeah, because we were still in school.
No, you right. We wasn't in school.
It was
like 04.
No,
it was before high school.
Hove brought a beat CD to school.
Money was across.
Bro.
So then, yeah. So
it was like our senior year. It was 03.
03? Okay.
It was 03.
And so I had figured it out, and Delon ran with it. Like,
I heard that
for sure.
But
really, we all taught a lot of each other.
We all,
man.
You want to know what's the most classic, not known mixtape in Kankakee that I think of? Live from the 815.
Let me hit on this.
Talking about,
I don't mean to overshadow that, but that's what all my when I started going hard in there. It was me just being the competitive version of y'all, you know, on the other side of it.
Oh yeah,
you lit a fire under me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You went stupid. Yeah. Contribution. No, what was the first one? Contribution wasn't the first one, was it? What was the first one? Come on, man. Come on. What's the first contribution? What's the second one? Mix Volume 1. Mixtape sample on God.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We definitely.
But yo, I came at that.
Y'all get started now. My man's got his own for sure too.
He came.
Man.
Like a motherfucker too.
Hey, I had a verse in your joint. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Waiting on Geechee.
Still waiting on Geechee. Oh, shout out to Geechee. Geechee is a man that came into my life through my brother-in-law.
Okay.
They grew up together. Him and Robert Davis.
Yeah, that's right.
Him and Robert Davis was a dance group for Lottie Latif.
Right.
Lottie Dottie.
And
I remember, it's not. Was it Reno? No, it wasn't Reno.
I don't know.
Somebody was a rap group. Was it Reno? No, somebody was a rap group, and Geechee and Robert Davis was they dancers. You know, back when Tupac was still dancing and stuff. Yeah. They was doing. That was cool to do. You had to have some male dancers with you. When you was rapping, you had to have male dancers.
Yeah.
Before what was
that was before twerking.
Right.
Before juice.
The hard niggas dancing and shit. Me was juking and shit.
Just mad as hell.
What's up, though?
Sorry, I mean.
I know you Gucci. We this close.
But as far as my shit though, them cats a little older than me, so I really want to listen to something like that. If I'm gonna be honest,
you came up like a little behind us, a
tad bit behind.
It was
so
just
I started
like
catching them late.
Right,
when I started going to Juan, I started listening to Panic Switch and Committee and all them.
That was on the tail end though, right?
That's pretty much on the tail end. But during mine, my cousin DJ for sure. Shout out to DJ. His dad. Prime Supreme or Supreme, whatever group they was called back then. He used to let us hear a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
Dino.
Dino for sure.
Rapping for Shaan. That's when he was rapping. He was around our age when he was rapping. So
he got a story with Dino.
That's my boy. boy. Shout out Dino, man.
Shout out
Dino.
Dino.
Is he older than you?
No, we 05. Same
05. So
class.
yeah. So okay. So yeah, like yeah.
But those them, they was probably like shortly after those guys,
Right.
And he pretty much was doing his little thing. I know they had a group too. I forgot that group.
A Squad.
A
Squad.
A Squad.
That's what it was called.
And I know A Squad.
And
And I know A Squad dead because I killed you, nigga.
The fucking A Squad.
I almost said that N word with you, bro. You can't be doing that.
I gotta watch
I almost said the N word because he wants to start rapping stuff.
Oh, God.
And I can't.
Hey, no, real shit. In hindsight, though, shout out Dino, shout out Ology Boys,
Shout out
Dino.
Ology Boys, big shout out to all the guys, man. No, for real. You know what I mean? And as we adults now, you know, I want to speak on like my hand in that little. There was a little beef in Kankakee with Dino and Lock 'Em Up Records and the artist of it, me. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I had made a diss by everybody in Kankakee. Like literally, I had everybody that was a popular name. I seen the controversy. I was like, that's on some.
He had the How to Ride.
That's how we got cool, was dissing each other.
Yeah. So I looked at it like, okay, I'm trying to be known. I'm gonna just put somebody's name on. And I'm right. So I let Dino hear it at the time. We had still got like PE together. You know, it's one of those alternative classes. You have a freshman in there, you a junior, and that's what it was. And he's at the time like, I'm finna get signed to committee. You know, committee's talking about signing me and all this stuff. So I kind of planted the seed. I knew he was going to put, you know, committee in there. I knew if I did this, these are some big names that's going to hear my name. Who's this white guy talking shit about me? You know what I mean? And of course,
because you can't
the one that I didn't expect, because really I didn't even know the guys like that, to be honest. I was a young cat coming up, trying to get my name. And I just knew of the guys from, you know, listening to my homie's whip or whatever, you know what I mean, at a party or whatever. So I hear them. We still got to shout out some big names too. There's some big names out here. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that because I'm thinking of some people we could shout out. But Dino, he ran, when I told him he ran back to committee. Ran back to me. He was like, yo, Nez just wrote a diss about you. And what I just didn't like about his time, I'm like, dude's playing the fence. He's the ball in the tennis match. He's the one going back and forth with this. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, that's some rat tendencies. You know what I mean? Don't be going back. You know what I mean? But okay, I kind of expected it. That's kind of why I planted the seed. I kind of see the character. Right.
No Drizzy. You can't say you manipulated the way.
So, no, you're right. And so,
I know you're going with it.
Nez puts out
nasty work.
Nez puts out
nasty work.
Nez come out and put a diss out about me.
So he did it.
Nez put a diss about me at the end of the day because of it. So I went home, I heard it. I left school, went home, heard it. Next day, went to Juan's house. I could tell he didn't, you know, he been recording them for years. And this white guy come over here, flaming this guy, right? It was called IOU. The track was called IOU. And I just went in. Not a whole bunch of people heard it. You know what I mean? I feel like the right people heard it. Maybe not. I don't know.
Right.
But
it did what you wanted to do.
But yeah. And then so fast forward, Dino leaves town, moves to ATL. There's a rap battle on YouTube.
You thought you was gonna take my shit, move with it, use it, YouTube, and I was supposed to be cool with it? Nah, nigga, this is way past music.
So yeah, there was a battle online. He stole 3 verses in this battle of the lyrics that he's just spit at my house. I'm like, dude, I got the song right here. Yeah. And this later day, and so I'm like, I was entangled with that now. Now I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? You taking my homie's lyrics on the song that we built, and now you gonna go over, and then I mean, at the end of the day, he ended up admitting it. I mean, it's cut and dry. You know what I mean? And then he was like, I always call him the feature of the Keez, because when he was coming up, he might not have his own album. He might not have heard his own song, but he was on every. He was like the. Everybody. It's safe to say that he was like the Lil Wayne of Kankakee when it came to features. Because you couldn't lose. He always showed up.
They was like, you should get Shaan on your shit. Yeah. So I was like, I knew him, bro. Right. Like, I ain't heard no song from him.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I heard him rap all the time.
That's why I made him put out this album, man. Because I was like, man, I made him stop battling.
Shaan got on the live from the 815 after it was finished. He literally walked in and was like, I love this. I want to get on this. They was like, add 2 tracks and put Shaan.
They made him reformat the album.
The whole thing.
And we gonna make you the outro. And we gonna make you the outro.
Yeah.
Mama,
you gotta listen to all this before you listen.
That, man, that was hold for that. Oh gosh,
that was a crazy time, bro. During that time, when I tell you focused on music,
hey,
bro,
boy, you was writing.
Pushed on this,
boy, you was writing, and he was a pen. Blast was the pen behind a lot of POE.
Man,
a lot of
shout out POE, paper over everything.
I want to say this. I don't want to say I was a pen.
You was a pen. You was creative.
Pusher, bro.
You was a pusher of that.
If you wanted to do something cool, let's do it. Right. Why you just sitting there?
Right.
No, you couldn't come to me.
You right.
You know how you say you're not finna sit listen to nobody cry long.
Get your ass up,
Ryan. I got a song I want to do. All right, cool. What it sound like? Yeah. All right, cool. Let's get you a beat for it, bro. It's only been 5 minutes.
I ain't saying when I say he was a pen, he wasn't writing for nobody. Everybody wrote for themselves.
For sure.
No, but what I'm saying, he was pushing their pen for show.
Yeah,
he was making sure like, hey, y'all finna write. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, we finna do this. Cause hey, cue this track.
Bro, you want to know how that album got made for real? I literally was on everybody like this.
Look, he was managing them for real.
If you don't write a verse by the time everybody else do, you not on the track.
And I was an outsider getting
That's how I literally
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
What's the best song on that live from the 815 joint?
Personally, you know what mine's gonna be?
Mine's Sunshine. Sunshine.
You think so? No,
that's
mine's. They my songs. I
already knew what he was
doing. Because I look like him. Because I talk like him.
Kim is good.
That was crazy. That's where I was gonna go.
Kim is cold.
That was crazy.
No,
because you talking to your pops.
No, that's to my mom's.
But about your pops, though.
About my pops.
So what about your mom's?
But Kim was crazy.
What most people don't know is one of them songs of that album, one of them verses was a diss to him.
Yeah, I know that.
He knew that. That's why.
And you know what? What's crazy?
This is when we
I'm around while they're making this album, bro.
But so look, some of the songs on the live from 815, we used to work with somebody else, right? Man. Yeah. So this was recorded way before. This was my. So when I first met B-Sho, I ain't like B-Sho, right?
Thank you for saying this because I'm about to be honest.
Look, he was cocky. And he was like, over the top.
He's being racist.
No, it wasn't racist. It wasn't racist. And look. I didn't like how I didn't understand his relationship with Delon at the time, and I ain't like it because to me, that's how friends didn't work. You know what made me be cool with me?
What's that?
Man, B came in the room and just started dissing me, bro, freestyle.
In Ho's room.
I came back hard.
We battled.
B came and shut me down after that. I didn't even do a second one. You got it. And after that, it was respect.
We dapped it up and we was cool after
that. You cool.
We had like maybe a couple drunk. We had some drunken beefs.
We
had like some brotherly like drunken beefs. But
you can't be show better than me. I remember one time I was over B-Sho's house, bro. We was working on music. I just bought a bottle. We working on music, and the guys that came through. And when I told you during this time. Once we start on the music, I'm on the music. Yeah. So I'm sitting at this computer. I'm locked in. I'm trying to B-Sho playing. B-Sho playing. They playing.
You was playing?
Playing, bro. Playing.
The nigga that be telling me to stop playing was playing.
Playing. Damn. I was so hot, bro. I walked from his house all the way to Bree's crib when he lived on the north side where my mama lived. And in the snow. I was like, bro, you really with no coat. With no coat.
Yeah.
Yes.
No coat, no dough for the winter. Remember,
I ain't talked to them for days. He hit me up like, bro, you ain't over that shit yet? Man, I'm over it, man. I'm over it.
Now that's what's up though. Y'all had a team, to do all that shit.
Yeah. You definitely did that by yourself,
man. Solo. I did solo right.
And taught yourself.
But you know what though? I feel like that's what fell apart for Lock 'Em Up, man. I just feel like I also felt like everybody wanted to be a rapper. Nobody like if we could have had like if someone was like, no, I want to edit videos, I want to shoot videos, I want to be just an engineer, I want to be just this.
Do it all.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Everybody was trying to do it all, and only certain people wanted to do certain things.
Even just promo, because I remember coming to your shit pretty recently, a couple years ago, still being like, bro, I'm just trying to rap. Mm-hmm. Nah, it don't work that way. No, it just don't work that way. You gotta be part of the team. You can't just come and just rap.
Then when you're doing everything solo, bro, that shit is draining too. So it's
you ain't got to work off of.
And you got to switch for modes too.
Bro, like
and try to become a different person each thing you do.
You trying to put a whole album together by yourself. You gotta make
a lot
beats,
of steps and
you gotta write,
leveling stuff and
leveling,
like just
mixing, mastering, what song to put out first, editing.
And I've done it. I did his whole album, like as far as recording and engineering it and mixing everything.
But it's different.
Creative control though.
Yeah. And that's just a lot. Like I'll be honest, I know. I'm sorry, bro, but I put in 4 times the amount of work.
Ain't no sorry about that.
To create in the project, you know what I mean?
That was your role.
No, and I'm on my. That's what I do. That's what I'm the man behind the curtain.
He say sorry shit. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for just, you know what I'm saying, doing the type
but
of work.
So I also love that. Though,
I used to tell him all the time, like, bro, I'm grateful,
It's
bro,
easy
for what
when
you're
you know
doing.
So
it is just a lot of work. Bro.
I want to shout out you as a great too, bro, because I watched you come up.
Yes, sir.
We get to the age now where I can do that.
Hold
bro.
on, though, because we going to shout out Broke Dusty, too. But first, we going to shout out Mitchell. Money making Mitch. We going to shout that nigga out real quick. You hear me? Yes, sir.
15 years ago, you ain't go to a house party for one at Mich crib. Them parties, you ever been on his house parties?
Look, I'm about to tell you about it. So the first house party I was at Pauletta Tucker house.
Oh,
you remember that?
That was my first time DJing in her kitchen. I was at her kitchen.
I was there the first time.
I DJed in her kitchen.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
You got some roots.
Who was the DJ?
You had a speaker and a laptop. He stood in front of that speaker with a laptop.
I was sitting just like this in
all night,
bro.
all
the
night.
whole night. It's like 8 hours, bro, and I ain't get paid. Free gig.
Talking about getting flowers.
And you know what's crazy about you got the free? I'm sorry.
No,
you know what's crazy about it free? I told you that man. I said, man, you need to take the money from this thing. I said, you need to take the money from this and get another one.
And in my
get
head,
another
I'm
speaker.
like, I ain't
I ain't
getting
getting no money.
Like, what money?
He was just like, all right.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Nah, it's a lot of flowers to be given out. And everybody we missed, we shouting out you. So,
Icy Dre.
I was gonna say that too.
Appreciate you.
Man, DJ Icy Dre.
Yeah.
Did you come out?
Yeah.
For
Icy
sure.
Dre.
Icy Dre was cold.
He brought a lot of early music to Kankakee. Like Twister.
So this is a whole shout out thing though, right?
Yes, it is.
Voodoo. DJ. DJ
Voodoo.
DJ Voodoo.
Small little
questions.
Not questions, but
DJ Voodoo Spells, I should say.
Yeah, Voodoo big.
Miss Chevy for sure. That's doing our major music, baby.
Man, the DJs you got. Monday,
Monday.
Monday.
I always say it wrong.
I recorded
Swift.
It's crazy. I recorded with all these.
You,
Skip.
Say you.
Say Broke Dusty.
Broke motherfucking Dusty.
Yes, sir.
Broke Dusty the first person to get me on a stage in front of people. And I ain't know the words to his lyrics, bro.
Bro, not a song.
When I tell you, so look, he had like, what'd you perform? Like 7 songs? 6 songs?
7
I was DMX on the stage. Come on. What?
Oh yeah, you did
the
your thing
whole time, bro. At the end of the night, I'm like this.
Jumping off the stage.
Bro, wow.
Type of shit.
In a hoodie. Hot.
In a hoodie, bro.
Hot.
No, but yeah, music was life back then for sure.
Where can they find you on social media?
Broke Dusty. Type it in. Everywhere.
That was quick.
Shaan Keez, same. SHAAN KEEZ. Shaan Keez on each platform. Don't change whatsoever.
Okay.
B-Sho the producer, man.
B-Sho the producer.
Find me where you find me.
You can find them all over my shit. You know what I'm saying? All over the Shaan Keez. I'm trying to tell
y'all got something coming out soon?
No, but I got a bunch.
He said, "No, soft."
I said, we got some other songs. I'm gonna make them piece together this next album, man, and put in a little.
Put out like more life.
He in town again, so he does
Drake.
Yeah.
That is Drake.
I gotta put something together, man. I really gotta sit down and.
I gotta find time because I know I'm supposed to.
Man,
but I can
we all grown with children,
bro.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna go to jail for neglect if I.
Let's do a virtual video joint instead of trying to make it in front of each other.
And you know, nowadays, man, you just, I've got tracks with Kevin Gates on it, Quavo, I got French Montana, I got Eric Bellinger, I got Lyrica Anderson from Love and Hip Hop. I got, you know what I mean? Just from going on Twitter and getting a management information and sending stuff out and getting stuff back. You know what I mean? Playing around with stuff. Design. I got some stuff with designer. I got some, just some stuff. It's kind of at this point at my point to put it out. Huh?
You couldn't even say that.
Damn. That's why I like his music, man.
I understand.
I don't think it's music.
I only like his music. It was a feature,
man.
Music nice.
Yeah.
Like,
It's either be a hit for me or be like.
I ain't gonna lie. I really do mess with Drake. I'm gonna be honest, behind the scenes, but it's kind of hard to get rid of that finger in my eye.
Look, Drake got some. I understand. People say they used to fuck with dude because these days, like,
he changed
really
the culture.
gotta be in tune with some.
You gotta be
emotions
real,
behind
right?
yourself.
And that like you. Your daddy told you to fuck. Your daddy was like, "Boy, get out your feelings."
Was weak, so I act like shit ain't bother me.
He's like, "Boy, get out your feelings in these songs, boy."
Hey, that nigga Show hit me up for like 2 years. He was chasing me, like, bro, what the fuck is?
And see, there's like history in music.
Nigga, you carry my name. What am I watching?
There's history in this music, like Duty Lowe's pops. It used to be managed this guy with
CEO. Shout out CEO. Shout out Colors.
Yeah.
My boy.
Him too, man. Him too.
Shout out Colors. RP my nigga Douche. Birthday just passed.
Yeah.
You hear me? Shout out.
So and there's a couple actually other ones that I'm probably forgetting.
Man, any other shout out?
Shout out to Duty Low. Shout out to
man.
Big Duty Low.
He's bringing it back to the city, man.
That's all the rappers now. Yeah, man. Duty Low.
What's homie who did the Kank? He made a statement.
Man, I'm missing.
You ain't gotta like it.
I'm missing Drippy. I'm missing Drippy, man.
Little buddy that made you can't for sure. Hindu, shout out to
Hindu for sure. That's one of my favorites, right?
Cash the Trapper.
Why we talking about that for sure? My nigga Black Bully. Shout out Black Bully. Black Bully, one of my favorites. Shout out Chief. This nigga, we talking about work ethic.
Shout out to Chief.
The nigga Chief dropped a 40-song project.
Bro, you already know how I feel about Chief. That's my dog.
Shout out Benji Low. Shout out Smitty.
That's my boy.
Yeah,
Smitty introduced me to my first ex-wife. Thanks, bro.
Shout out to Smitty. I told you everybody.
My first ex-wife, bro.
My first ex-wife.
I was going to a house.
How many ex-wives you got?
Let's not talk about that. We don't. No,
I'm talking about me. Shit. Fuck you. I got two of them.
The Deuce.
I got two.
The Deuce say.
I
said, dust yourself off and try again.
Keep trying.
You can dust yourself off.
I went to my wife's house the next week at that time, and that was the first time I seen Ryan ever going to my ex-wife's house. He was just in a field waiting.
You lying?
Yeah, he was like, I swear to God, bro, he was in the field in the terrace.
Every time
he was just like
a field out there just waving.
Okay, that's enough. That's it. You got any more shout outs?
Shout out to the show. Shout out to the kids.
Shout out to the show. Shout out to people watching. The comments been off the chain today.
Appreciate Shaan coming.
Man, both of y'all for sure, bro. Good shit. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Deep shit for sure.
Man,
love it.
Shout out the old squad, the new squad, the council. Shout out to my mama. She was watching. Shout out.
Good to see y'all. Everybody grow up.
For sure. We getting old, man.
You know.
You getting old.
Still doing their thing.
I'm getting old. I love it though. I love being old.
Just getting wiser.
Are you?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
You want to talk about it?
But you get on? No, we ain't got time. We ain't got time.
Like, here you go.
You shout out the kids?
Cut the show.
You ain't shout out the kids?
Yeah, I already said the kids. Shout out to the kids. All the kids. All the kids in the city.
Man.
You hear me?